One of the most frustrating things that you'll hear in coaching is that someone will tell you a problem they've just been through. You'll roll out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different solutions. And they always say, oh yeah, no, that's what I did. I did that. And the reality of it is, if you did that, you'd be writing $1 million, $2, $3, $4, $5 million in fees. And there's a big difference between what you know that you should do and what you actually find yourself doing. You see, the secret to being phenomenal inside of any business is really being open to coaching. And it's not about whether or not you did it, it's about how well you actually do it. So this is something that I get real estate agents to do. I say, okay, great. What I want you to do is I want you to talk me through the experience of what actually happens just before you go to that listing presentation. So let's think about it. When you're on the phone with the client and you're booking the appointment, you're getting as much information as you can, and you're getting confirmation that it would be okay to go and send them a calendar invite. Now you actually get to go and send them that calendar invite, which blocks out that 1 hour time scale. The benefit of that is that ultimately they're not going to book in another agent to come and see them halfway through the 1 hour that you've booked out. Then what then allows you to do is that then you can send an email of confirmation, which can have a phenomenal link to a little video of like literally 1 minute or so, which really explains what it is that you do, how you help, and fundamentally why you as an agent. Think about it. You're looking down the barrel of a camera. Ultimately, the agent that you choose will have a significant bearing on the sale price that you've achieved. What we know is that we've helped X number of customers in their pursuit to do something with residential real estate in the course of the last 12 months. Our high sale price has been X, our lower sale price has been Y, but naturally more than ever before, what we know is we want to help you to maximize the sale price, to get you sold, to reduce the risk, and ultimately to make it really easy. We can't wait to meet you. You get the idea. That then leads into a phenomenal SMS. And inside of that SMS is like a little link that they can click on, which is to a pre-questionnaire survey. 5 or 6 key questions about what they're looking for in an agent, how they're ultimately going to select one, anything you might need to know about them and their situation. Constantly gathering information before you even get to the listing presentation. Making sure that you turn up at least 10 minutes prior to the official start time, that maybe you play some music or really get yourself into that state so that you can be at your absolute best when you go and see the client. Then you knock on the door. What does that look like? You go and do the great presentation. What visuals are you really going to go and show? And once you've gone and done all of those visuals, what do you do next before you even leave that appointment to make sure that then you can go and perform at your best? Now, ultimately, that might mean that you've got a series of next steps on what you've actually agreed on. But then when you leave that home, what actually happens? Have you already signed the agency agreement before you go? Or are you going to be sending out some sort of form of like a draft summary? How good is that draft summary? What does it look like? What does it contain? What are the links? What are the things that are really there? And it doesn't need to look flash to be good. You might, for example, say, guys, here's our summary version, or you can have the extended cut. What would you prefer? Now, this is what I'm trying to get you to think about it. You might look at all of those things and go, I do some of those, but I don't do all of them. It's a bit like saying, you know what? I like make pancakes. I use some of the ingredients, but not all of it. But if you don't put in the egg, you don't make pancakes. And this is a natural conversation that if you don't send out the pre-survey SMS, or maybe you don't have that great video inside of the email, or maybe, for example, you don't send the calendar invite, or maybe you haven't even reviewed what you actually sent in terms of your summary or draft, no wonder why you're not in the position to be commanding that winning position every time. It's not about whether or not you do it, it's about how well you actually do it. So here's a call to conviction to go and review all of the templates that you actually use and to make them the very best they can be, so they are succinct and clear to put yourself in that winning position. And that's ultimately what great agents do. Remember, it's not about what you do, it's about how well you do what you do that makes all the difference in winning more listings more often.